right? Welcome everybody to the MTG Paper Legacy Discord. My name is Beyond Sadistic. With me tonight is Ann Harrison. Ann, how you doing?
I am fine. I'm up a bit late, but I'm fine.
Well, it is. What time is it over there?
It is 3 minutes past midnight.
3 minutes past midnight. If we
Yeah,
were
it's my best time of day.
if we were a little sooner, we would have been 2 minutes to midnight.
I know, I know.
How classic. So tonight we got some amazing Paper Legacy for you guys. We've got three of our moderators: Dr. Leo, Chaotic Bear, and Mr. Jack Dex. Be facing off against three of our tenders, if you of the MTG. I am really excited for tonight. There's some really interesting stuff tonight. Did you take a look at the
Yeah,
decks?
I have taken a look at the decks. I have researched the decks. I have stressed over the decks. I want to provide the best content possible, and I'm told that we're pretty much ready to start this match. And they've both mulliganed to 6, and Mr. Jack Stacks is on the play.
Looking at the players, on your left is going to be Mr. Jack Dax. On the right is going to be Mitch. Mr. Jack Dax is going to be on Death and Taxes.
Yep,
Mitch.
he is on Nick's Fit. Do you know what Nick's Fit is?
I do. It's Enchantress Fit.
Yeah, or like because originally enchantments were kind of a big thing in Journey to Nyx and whatnot.
Right.
Nice Nyx Fit. Yes. Anyway, it's got some of my favourite enchantments in. I absolutely adore Sandworm Convergence. I don't think that we're actually going to see that fetched in this matchup though.
Probably not, but you never know. Looks like Mitch is going to start off for. Going to start with a veteran explorer.
Veteran Explorer, exactly the right card to start with.
I agree. And this
Because
is
no planes, I believe.
yeah. I think he's going to sort. Oh no, no.
I mean, that's the way to deal with a Veteran Explorer, isn't it?
It pretty much is because you really don't want. Well, I'll be honest. I'm a little greedy. I feel like killing.
It gets you some lands, which is kind of nice, and especially if he's got a hand with a bunch of 4 drops. I mean, not that you play many 4 drops in Death and Taxes, but if he's got a mana denial hand, which could benefit from also having the extra land to play his own stuff, it would be tempting to let you both get the planes. Oh, well, the basics.
Yeah,
Oh, we've got a Caracas.
like that's a good one. Gonna use it. Play it back. Of course not.
No?
We'll let you commit to the board.
There's not really much point at this point. You might as well do it at attacks if you're going to do it at all, and he is doing it. And
Like
he
it's
can
gonna.
recast it, which is, I imagine, is exactly the right play.
Yeah, I would too. You don't want to give up any more information. It did.
Yes, he did.
Gonna play Caracas stuff.
Well, yeah, so Mitch has missed a land drop too. Which is why it would have been tempting to let the Veteran Explorer, but he obviously doesn't have a Black Source or
True.
a Cabal Therapy, one or the other or both.
Which is very true.
I mean, he could be just looking to do the Arena Rector or Academy Rector play, but he still needs a way to sack them, so he does probably ultimately need that Cabal Therapy.
I agree. And have you looked at some of the M21? Like a lot of Nick Fit players.
Well, I mean, Village Rites is definitely an exciting card because sacrificing a creature to draw cards has been a thing in black. It's never been a 1-drop thing in black.
Right. And generally there's not a whole lot of downside that you really get there. You get to draw.
It's kept its being an instant. I'm surprised, like, sometimes when the cost drops, it becomes a sorcery.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it looks like he is gonna discard. There was a
But
wasteland, took out the Caracas.
Wasteland took out the Caracas, and he's discarded Cabal Therapy. This Thalia could get there in the end.
She could. I would actually be surprised. Looks like mom's gonna
And
come
we've now got
pay a
Mum
visit.
to protect her potentially, and obviously his own Caracas is untapped, so It really could get there. I mean,
This would,
green's perfect for playing another veteran explorer, but you gotta wonder what he's got and what he kept with a 2-lander.
yeah,
Apparently my sound is low.
yep,
And he's Veil of Samad, which is, I presume, discard to hand size. And yeah, I saw 4 Veil of Summers in this deck list and thought, yes, that's going to be ever so useful in this matchup.
oh, and there comes a Mirren Crusader.
Yeah.
Dolly is
What
gonna
was your feelings on Mirren Crusader and Death and Taxes?
So Mirren Crusader, I will honestly say, I think is one of the best cards. Mirren
Yeah, I
Crusader.
mean, I'm an absolute definitely always play one girl with my Death and Taxes deck.
Yep.
I'm less sure about the need for 2, although it is kind of a bomb if you manage to stick Swords of Fire and Ice to it.
Yeah, and mine actually, I will. Well, I run a second in the board because in a situation where it's good,
I've done that.
2 of them is just bonkers.
Exactly. I played against reanimated decks where the top decking Mirren Crusader has saved me.
Yeah, and I think this might be low death.
Yeah, he's just not found that land. I mean, he's discarded to hand size, what, 3, 4 times now?
Veil, Arena Rector, or
Cabal Therapy. And he
Therapy.
obviously doesn't have the extra Veteran Explorer. Emich is on 11 life now. He obviously just... oh, we're tapping the green.
Tap the
And we're
green.
playing...
Play up.
I'm confused. It's not a non-creature spell. There's not a suppression field or I'm very confused.
Oh,
It's
Rishadan.
tapped down by the Rishadan
There you
Pawn. The
go.
mana denial has started to happen.
There you go.
Forgot that part of the Death and Taxes deck when it was being taxi and aggro. I forgot that it was a mana denial deck.
Right. Looks like he's gonna get a scrub. Well, he's gonna probably
I hope
Cabal
it's got
Therapy.
Veteran Cabal Therapy, fair enough. And what do you name at this stage?
George. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, actually,
He
we should have
can't.
spotted that. He
Yep.
can't actually do it because he needs 2 mana to cast that.
Yep.
I think that's possibly why I thought it was a Veteran Explorer.
Yeah.
Because he sort of landed it in the creature zone and paid 1 for it, whereas Cabal Therapy costs 2.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh wow, yeah, come on, Mirren Crusader is shining here.
Down into 4. Got one more.
But what can he make happen in 1 turn? It's not an infinite combo deck. He's scooped.
Like they're gonna go to game 2. Sideboard wise, what? I mean, we really didn't get to see a whole lot of what Mitch brings in.
So, I mean, Death and Taxes is a very classic deck.
Mm-hmm.
So Mitch should know exactly what's in there, and yeah, there are sideboard variations, but he should know what to expect, and what he should very much be expecting is Chalice.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He hasn't seen the main deck Ancient Tomb, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But, Chalice is, pretty commonly in Death and Taxes sideboard, and Mr. Jack Dax is playing 2, which is quite bold, I feel, but it's there.
I do like the Chalice. From the image side, I'm assuming Tabernacle. Tabernacle would be a nice.
Yeah, I mean, Image is the Wishboard kind of sideboard.
Yeah.
So he's really only got the Thoughtseize, the Collective Brutality, and the Leyline of the Void to bring in. Leyline of the Void is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Collective Brutality may take out 1 creature. Thoughtseize definitely would help, but if the Chalice lands on 1,
he is not running. He is only running. And I thought, but yeah. So I guess you just wait till you're able to wish for 1.
Yeah.
Rather than having to wait and see. I mean, the last thing you want to do. Thalia is going to tax that a little bit, which is going to be a little bit of a downside.
He's got Living Wish, wish. So that's wishing for lands and creatures. So the Thoughtseizes, Collective Brutalities, and Ley Lines are the things he can't wish for. I imagine he's bringing in Thoughtseize and probably the Collective Brutality.
Right.
Because actually, yeah, I mean, it does the right kind of things against Death and Taxes, especially if it does become that, the single creature Thalia beat down. Unfortunately, it doesn't get Moran Crusader.
Right. Right. No, I agree. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that we really didn't get to see Mitch do anything more. I mean, he kind of
Well,
got
yeah. I
shot
mean,
down right away.
he is running. No, I'm getting mixed up with another deck. He's not running Greenstone Zenith. That would be a different player. So it's not like Containment Priest is any use. I feel like, I mean, Rest in Peace is the obvious card as well, because you don't want those veteran explorers in the graveyard. And Cabal Therapy. Well, it's the Cabal Therapies you don't want in the graveyard, and the veteran explorer is obviously used with Marin anyway. So you need to turn the graveyard off, but you don't need to. You only need to turn it off in the exile sense, I think. You don't need to turn it off in the not letting things enter from it.
Yeah. No, I would agree with you there.
I'd also feel that overall, although we did see mana denial in the last game, that really this is going to play as white weenies. Because if he does get a veteran explorer to go off, mana denial is not going to help very much.
Right. Looks like their cardboard live did not start. It's not started.
So we've got apparently Mr. Jack Jax is Morgan to 6 and Mitch keeping 7, which is kind of nice to hear because I'd like to see some play.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Oh no, actually I'm being told he is actually at 6. So fingers crossed it's a good 6. Ah yes, as we said, Thoughtseize coming
Thoughtseize.
in. Failed to recognise it at a moment there because it's my non-favourite Thoughtseize.
Like he's gonna take the.
Yeah, I'm not confident that's the correct thing to bring in. It's useful because it exiles, but
Yeah.
it's 3 mana removal when you already have Source of Plowshares and a Path to Exile on the board. So, and he's not playing. I mean, it's your enchantment removal because he probably. I'm pretty sure he's not playing any disenchants. This is if he even knows that he's on a non-standard Nyx fix.
Well, that's just
build.
it. He didn't see anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't typically have, he's got a single Leyline Relic Warder for enchantments, but it's often not enough, and Council's Judgment serves you very well against, Planeswalkers, enchantments, pretty much anything is useful against, although mostly True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Jack Dax plays Flicker Wisp.
Yeah,
That's one of the
that's useful.
such a great.
It's useful on opponent chalices and things like that, though we won't be seeing those in this
Ensnaring
matchup.
Bridges.
Oh, yes, yeah. I run the standard 4 Flicker Wisp when I play Death and Taxes. I never draw it.
Oh, really?
Never draw it.
It's the elusive. Like we have a veteran explorer out and buffing that. I thought for sure we'd see it.
No, I mean it's the only thing you do. So it's the only play you can make. So you have to make it.
True, true.
I mean, there's no point in flickering your mistress factory, is there?
And he.
So it's an interesting lands list here because we've got Mistress Factory, we've got Horizon Canopy, and we've got an Ancient Tomb, which is kind of like all 3 of the optional lands. Do you feel that's being greedy, or is that okay?
It's all right. I actually run in my Death and Tech. I run me and Mr. Jack. Pretty similar list. I've give that a shot,
Ooh, bold.
and I'm actually I have it apart right now because Alice right there. Another few days, mine is going to be blue.
I did DnT with a blue splash on the 1 week that Lurrus was legal in Legacy.
N- Uh, be a to
Yeah. I can't help but feel that this is locked up already.
yeah, I agree. Fortunately, it's well timed. Did it?
And the Chalice one.
Oh, the Chell's on one. Can't Cabal.
These are fast matches for DnT.
Right. Well, if you're playing against her, well, got a sack.
Oh, Phyrex in tower. Maybe it would have been better to save the Wasteland for that, because now we've got 3 black, get 2, well, up to 3 black, potentially get 2 basics of any colour. Okay, with Cabal Therapy countered, oh, fairly standard play. Flash it back, also countered.
Actually, I think he's
Better
using
than sacking it, I
Phyrexian.
guess. Oh no, okay, I assumed he was flashing back the Cabal Therapy there. Which I think would be quite a good play. But yeah, no, it is sack with tower. So we've got black floating. I guess obviously he counted his mana and he knows what he needs. You get 1 more mana this way.
Yeah, that
Which I guess is maybe a Meron then.
problem is. Yeah,
Oh, hang on, no, Meron's not in this deck. I'm getting highly confused. It's Eureka, that could be interesting. So it's kind of the green version of Show and Tell,
gonna
except it
say
goes on forever.
it could be anything.
Okay, we have Overwhelming Splendor.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's hope there's a council's judgment in hand, because yeah, this makes all his creatures have power and toughness one and lose their abilities, and it also has that the enchanted player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. So it turns off Jitte, it turns off Ether Vial. It's humility on legs.
Looks like he dropped an Academy Rector.
Academy Rector,
Jack
yeah,
dropped a Mirren
he
Crusader.
really is popping off here, and I think he's now flashed back to the Cabal Therapy with the Erector, which allows him to go off and search for an enchantment. And there's a fairly new card in this deck, Arena Rector, which to me feels like it should have been in Modern Horizons, but accidentally got printed in Battle Bond.
Right.
It sort of feels like, you know, this is Legacy's gift to Modern. Here, have Arena Rector, but get Planeswalkers instead.
And he gets Curse of Death Soul.
Okay, that sort of makes matters a bit worse, because now these 1/1s got -1/-1.
And they're
Ouch. That is, I mean, he needs the council's judgment, I think, to recover from this, because he's got to get rid of one or both of those curses.
yeah, and this is well, see, and that's the interesting that it makes complete.
Yes. Yeah. At first, I was a little, well, no, not a surprise. I think it's, I mean, we obviously know he had the setup and therefore was less afraid of
True.
some flyers flying at him for a few turns.
True.
So you got a fetch to Scrubland. I think Mr. Jackstacks has 1 card in hand. And he better not make the mistake of animating that Mistress Factory.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it will be no more.
I could see myself as a newer player trying that and thinking timestamps would help me in some way, shape, or form, and being wrong. But that's not Mr. Jackstacks. He's our rules guru.
Yes, I have a feeling he would.
Have you ever, as a new player, done the Bolt Tarmogoyf? Tarmogoyf doesn't die.
Yes.
I did that in my first modern tournament.
That was quite a while ago, but it was one of those things. Of course,
Yeah, it's
two
a
three.
2-3, and then there's another instant in the graveyard, and it's a 3-4 and state-based actions, and sadness is on the stack. Oh, Imich is either thinking very hard or his video's frozen. Actually, maybe Mr. Jackstacks is frozen as well. Although maybe he would. No, his arm is twitching.
I can see him moving.
I mean, it's yeah, he's working on it. So he found a nurturing peatland off the Once Upon a Time. What do you think of those lands?
I'm actually a huge fan of the peatlands. There we go. Looks like we got Mitch back. Um, they're awesome. I mean, in so many different
Yeah,
capacities.
just splashing one in so many legacy decks has actually done, things, and they've become quite key cards in modern.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, I completely agree. They're just having another mana fixing land, hard draw.
It's the card draw that makes them so solid. I mean, it's why Horizon Canopy found holes in monocolored decks.
Looks like he played
Holes,
out, and
homes. Yeah, that's the scoop from Mr. Jax.
that's unfortunate. But that's the breaks, right?
Well, I mean, at least he now does know exactly what's in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not exactly. There are more things than that, but he knows a lot more about what's in the deck. He might have an adjustment of his sideboard strategy. It's kind of unfortunate, but we've had to mulligan to 6 for both players, both games. I'd like to see a 7-card snap keep from both of them now.
That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I would. It looks like they're definitely going to do some sideboard adjustment. I mean, they're going to have to.
Yeah.
At this point, Jack was sideboarding blind-ish to a sense. There have been a few times that I've been caught by interesting Nick Fit cards. There are so many different possible.
And it seems like they get a new card every set or commander set that's printed.
I know. They get more cards.
And they get to just play one of everything.
Right.
Maybe we should just convert and become Nick Fit players.
I actually have Nick. Well,
I do not. I don't own Veteran Explorers and probably some other stuff.
it's in tabs. So half of it is Nick. Neither halves are fun. I know Doc, one of our moderators, he is he lives in that bug realm, and
he's absolutely dedicated to bug. I feel like it will be on his gravestone. Here lies Dr. Leo, bug player, or even bug mid-range.
and one of the users in the chat actually said that they're pretty sure the factory actually lived because of time. And they are
that's
actually
interesting.
they're actually correct because they would because of layering.
Yes. Oh, my brain is hurting now, but yes. Yeah. Because it's the power and toughness changing effects changes after the effect that turns it into a creature.
Correct.
But it was there. Ah!
or
Yeah,
7.
I'm fine with my layer 7. I'm less fine with my layers
There.
1 through 6.
But yeah, that is probably that is true. Yeah,
Oh well, we're getting okay. There's another whilst if he could activate it, it wouldn't die.
that's
He
true.
can't activate it because Overwhelming Splendor won't let him.
Yeah, it turns off activated. That's very true.
And for a deck that has a lot of activated abilities amongst its cards. You know, it has the Horizon Canopy for draw, it has Wastelands for destroying lands, it has Riftstone Ports for tapping lands. It's like activated abilities right, left, and center.
That is true. You really don't think about it, but granted, Death and Taxes in essence doesn't usually run fetch lands. We run very few if we spike. However, everything else is pretty much a utilitarian purpose.
Well, I
Everything's got a
mean, you
purpose.
know, equip. That's an activated ability. And then all of the abilities on Jitte. Well, I didn't see what card he accidentally threw there, but he clearly didn't want that to be seen.
Well, actually, nobody else saw that because hiding that from everybody. We can transition over to the play. Looks like they're getting set up. They're getting their lives. They're drawing their opening. I have not seen anybody mulligan yet. It looks like it was a Thalia, so nothing too crazy. Thalia's still in the deck.
Well, we'd expect Thalia to still be in the deck. It's a pretty key card, I think, here.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a
Do
lot
you
of
ever sideboard out Thalia?
I have cut some Thalias down. I've
Yeah,
never taken
I think
Thalia
you can
total.
go 3. I think you can go 4 to 3 when it's just a 2/1 first striker.
Mm-hmm.
But there are not many decks where it really is only a 2/1 first striker. But some creature decks, it is. You know, a deck like Elves or something, at the point that it's hitting glimpses and things like that, the extra mana doesn't matter. So it really is just a 2/1 first striker, and you don't want 2 in your opening hand.
Yeah. There are also there's quite a few different cards that come and go, but Stoneforge. There are plenty of times that I've cut my Stone or cut down to
It's
1.
totally justifiable.
Yeah. Looks like Mr. Jack Dax is gonna be on the plane.
Well,
He's gonna
Mick Jackson
mulligan.
straight to the mulligan. He's not had much luck tonight with that.
Probably a
And
hand.
you know, there's literally nothing wrong with his deck count. It's a bog standard
Yeah.
list. He does have 1 more land than I would say is typical. I would have thought 22, 23 lands is quite common for DnT, and he's on 24 lands.
It's actually a pretty common debate. So a lot of people, there's a very hefty split between 24 and 20. A lot of it comes down is if
Yeah, I tend to play 23 lands, and typically recently I've not been playing a Canopy land. But and also I don't split between snow-covered plains and regular plains. I just can't bring myself to do that. I have to have my art matching.
yeah. Doc in the chat says Village Rights is going to be Nick Fit, going to make Nick Fit tier 1. Change my mind. Nick Fit isn't actually a real deck. So
Yeah, you can't make a deck that isn't a tier 1 deck. I mean, I feel like our mod challengers and our mods are really, really trying to make Nick Fit a tier 1 deck. And we did see that awesome Urian Nick Fit deck of Docs win a few times a couple of weeks back.
Very true.
I do like that mantra though, tier 1 decks don't exist, only tier 1 players. I'm like a tier 5 player, so you know I can play a tier 0 deck and I'm still screwed.
I recently started playing Tess, and the first match I played, I looked at 7 cards and went, I'm really not sure if this is what I want or not. I have no idea.
There's an opening hand for Tess, isn't there?
It's weird.
But it's what do you average off your draw spells?
Correct. It's all over. Sometimes there's some fantastic.
Nice to see once a time again in Legacy. It's a kind of the format it's not banned from, so we should see it in use.
Yeah, I agree. I actually really like once a. I mean, a lot of people will say that Second one's never as good as the first. I do like once.
No, but you know, it's just a slightly worse Ancient Stirrings. It's slightly more expensive, possibly in a deck where you don't really care about it being one more expensive.
Right? Looks like he's going to blind Cabal
Or in
Therapy.
some cases, it's a slightly better Ancient Stirrings.
And he named
Depends on your
Swords.
deck. Which makes me think that he's probably got a Veteran Explorer to follow it up with if he names Swords.
Probably. He did get a Phyrexian Tower.
Yeah, and also he fetched to a Bayou to give him a green source and a black source.
Well.
Ah, well, maybe not. But we pass with that untapped. I guess Mr. Jacksox is thinking I need to land. Maybe he's got a 3-drop he needs to land because he didn't land a 2-drop there. Or maybe he's.
Well, he's saving it for his tower.
Better to exile the Veteran Explorer whilst he can?
I think he's probably trying to save it for the. Save it for tower. Although, if he would have taken him off, well, that's just it. He could have gotten the Bayou, then possibly he not had another. But we knew he had the fire. Then, if he does, he can't play out. Can't play out. Got 2 open. Got a Cabal Therapy he can flashback with. I'm assuming it's going to be a Veteran Explorer.
I'm expecting Veteran Explorer flashback Cabal Therapy, but could be wrong. Yeah, it is. Yeah, as Doc was saying on Twitch, Cabal Therapy for Nick Fit naming, you will always name Swords.
Which makes sense.
They've drawn since your last play.
Which makes total sense. He goes and gets the rest of the colors he needs.
Ah, so he's named Moran Crusader because there's not been a draw since his. No, there would be 1 draw since his last play.
Correct.
But he's obviously decided that Moran Crusader is scary enough.
Which it probably is, in all honesty.
Yeah. When it's got pro green, play black, and you're playing white, green, black, yes, it's scary.
Yeah, like Doc points out, Mirror Crusader is deadly. Mirror Crusader is just as deadly to a Nick Fit deck if Questing Beast is Texas deck.
Yeah, seems fair. Oh gosh, I've been fortunate never to be on the receiving end of a Questing Beast with Death and Taxes, but I don't ever want to be. Well, we have now no longer any mana problems for Mr. Jackstax thanks to that Veteran Explorer.
That is very true. Definitely shouldn't need.
And we flicker a Plains, I think, there. Or was it the Wasteland that he flickered? I didn't quite see. Well, either way, he flickered a land.
It's probably the Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, DnT can bounce a Questing Beast with a Caracas, but you don't always have a Caracas, and you don't always have it untapped, and it gets there fast because of the haste. And they're not being able to be blocked by small things.
Sorry, dogs invading the room. So he plays out the tower.
I mean, he's got quite a few cards in hand, so I presume this is an Erector of some sort.
Eureka.
Oh no, it's not. It's a Eureka. So I'm not very familiar at all with the card Eureka. So kind of, yeah, I'm not sure I have any real insight as to knowing when you play Eureka over. Well, other things, I guess.
Is that a Sandworm Convergence?
It's the Sandworm Convergence! I kind of almost thought he would have boarded that out.
Sandworm Convergence is actually an amazing win condition.
Well, I mean, the 5/5 worms are just like well, they're 5/5 worms. That's big, huge, winning. It was more the fact that there are not that many flyers in Death and Taxes that I thought it's one of the things you could cut for the Thought Seizers.
True.
You know, you've got it. You're cutting probably 3 cards, and that was in my top 3 probably. But I'm gonna trust Mitch knows this deck far better than I do. But it makes me so happy that he's playing a Sandworm Convergence. I almost want to send him my foil Sandworm Convergence.
Alice Jailer.
And it's.
Oh no, it's Leon and it's Relic.
Creatures. It's Relic Warder.
Yeah. Yeah, Eureka. Starting with you, each player may put a permanent card from their hand onto the battlefield. Repeat this process until battlefield. Back and forth.
Yeah. And it literally is any permanent written at a time when Planeswalkers didn't exist.
Correct.
They invented permanent types since they invented a card that lets you mess with getting them into play.
Very true. Yeah, that is very true. He's going to go. Mitch is down to 14.
Okay, Dark's telling us that he thinks Eureka has epic art. I'm going to agree. I do think it has pretty sweet art.
It does have epic art, that's for sure. I have seen one in my lifetime, actually. Paper.
I think this has been, you know, I've broken my Eureka virginity today.
That's pretty awesome. I'm glad I was here to share that. So Mitch gets a scrubland, and he is thinking it out. He needs to be able to get rid of that relic. A big Arena Rector, or Academy Rector, sorry.
Yeah, Academy Rector if it's old boarded because it's never been printed any other way. Arena Rector if it's new boarded because it's never been printed any other way.
Either way, right, exactly. Stacks with the tower.
Stacks it to the tower. I still feel like this match could go either way now that Sandworm Convergence has been exiled.
True.
You know, there's a 5/5 versus a flyer, but there's a life advantage. It would be 4 turns for the 5/5, and you're not blocking with the Lane and Relic Warder. But that's interesting because if the 5/5 gets tapped, then you can safely tap in with the Lane and Relic Warder, which then you are doing 5 damage, and in which case DnT wins.
Cruel reality.
But we've got cruel reality, so it all changes.
Yep.
And hang on, does a Academy Rector also land it into play?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, ouch! I thought it was just like a weird way of, you know, Enchantress's presence. Not Enchantress's presence.
Yeah.
What's the Enlightened Tutor? I thought it was just like a funky Enlightened Tutor. I hadn't picked up that it actually put it into play as well, which makes it kind of cheap.
Well, that's just it. You just need a way to get rid of it. Yeah, this is gonna.
Getting 5/5 worms right, left, and center.
Jack is gonna scoop it up.
That is, yeah. Well, I mean, I've never seen that deck before, so that's certainly of interest to me, and I hope to our viewers as well. And I'm sure it's gonna make Doc happy, showing that Nick Fit is a deck.
Yeah, Nick Fit is definitely a deck. It can definitely do some pretty awesome things. I do like this Academy Rector, Arena Rector. The Eureka was just phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, Arena Rector, either Nick or Bolas or Ugin are just awesome to put into play. You're not really on a loser there, are you?
Yeah. There's really nothing you can do to stop that one.
I mean, I made a comment about side voting earlier and thinking about the Sandworm Convergence potentially going out, but actually, obviously, he's got 4 Veil of Summers to go out.
True.
So, and really, I think only 3 cards to put in. So he probably has a dead Veil of Summer sat in that deck.
All right. Well, we're gonna get our players ready for round 2. This is the MTG Paper Legacy Discord Thursday Night Mod 5. My name is Beyond Sadistic, and this is Harrison. If you'd like to jam some Paper Legacy, come on over to the Discord. For 1,000 players, we play Legacy.
I hope there aren't that many people looking for a game right now. I hope they're all looking at the stream.
That's very true. So, but yeah, come let us be your local meta. Right now, everybody wants to sit at home, play some Legacy, and exactly what we're here for. So we'll be right back in about just a little bit. We'll get the players ready, and we will show you some more